paper snob, this is Tara. Right on my desktop you see a huge pile of mess. Welcome to my world. I am a messy scrapbooker. I am well organized in my stash, but I tend to pull all the things out for a layout and make a huge mess. And today is no different. I'm going to be working on Mix It Up Monday. This is a hop that I took over hosting for Anna over at the Peace Craft Love Facebook community group. That information will be down below. You are welcome to join us at any time. You just need to be a member of that group to get in on the events. I post the events towards the end of the month previous. So I posted this event about the middle of July so that everybody could plan their layouts and get their stuff together. And I'm going to be working with some crackle paste, a stencil. I have my August counterfeit kit. There's some stamps in here, some netting. There's some papers in here to play with. I even pulled out one of my scraps from my scrap bin. Aren't you amazed? I have 3 photos. This is my essential oil collection, and I am making some stuff with my essential oils here. Then I have letters and die cuts and a pile of miscellaneous embellishments, a page of cut aparts, and a couple pieces of pattern paper here. These are very old My Mind's Eye pattern paper. One is from the collection The Sweetest Thing, and this one is from Follow Your Heart. These are old. This one says 2012. This one says 2012. So old papers, time to play with them. I hoarded My Mind's Eye papers for so long, and now it is time to use this stuff, ladies. I gotta use it. So I'm gonna pause this video. We're gonna go ahead and get started with that mixed media, and I'll be right back. I just realized that I forgot to mention that we are using a sketch provided by Janet Fritz over at Galaxy Girl Creations. It's amazing, so check it out. Alright, I am going to be using this Pink Fresh Studios Metropolitan ink pad to stamp some of these very cool, close to my heart hexagon stamps. Now, because this is mixed media, I am not super worried about the middles not showing up on some of them. It did annoy me as I was doing it, but it really doesn't matter, because guess what? I cover all of that up anyway, unfortunately. But anyway, it gave me a chance to play with the stamps. I don't know that I'd used those stamps yet, but they're kind of fun, and I'll probably try to play with them again more in this month with my counterfeit kit. So I'm just kind of just making another cluster very similar-ish to the one that is pre-printed on this My Mind's Eye piece of pattern paper. It really doesn't matter, again, because I end up covering this whole crazy thing up. So I'm taking this stencil, which is a layered hexagon stencil. I'm not sure where it came from. It's not labeled at all. And I'm going to be using this crackle paste by Prima, I believe, on it. And this gives such a beautiful detail and is a really great way to highlight patterns on paper that are already there, or like what you see here, that you add yourself to your pattern paper. It will dry kind of a creamy, almost vintagey yellow on here with a beautiful crackle. And I will show you close-ups here of that as it's drying in just a second. I'm also going to go in and add some of this, I think this is Lindy's ink, and I'm just going to spray it right there, right on top of my design. Here is some close-ups of the design as it dried. It's gorgeous. So I went ahead and I trimmed down my photos, and I put them on a piece of dusty pink cardstock that was a scrap in my scrap bin. Look, guys, I'm using my scraps. Aren't you proud? I am also taking this Tim Holtz coiled film strip, and I'm cutting 2 pieces of 12-inch strips, and I'm going to use those behind my photo, and I'm going to layer up a whole bunch of fun stuff behind this photo. I will also remove a kitten from my desktop and I will also add other layers as well. My goal here is to put the second one on here a little bit wonky. Phineas is super helpful here. I have out my Tim Holtz tiny attacher, and I'm going to attach this film strip with a couple staples just to hold it down. I got it a little tight, and that's going to be okay because as I tuck things under and around these film strips, I really want to be able to do that. So I'm good with that. The other thing that I will do, I believe off camera, is I go in and I put a second staple in each spot just to kind of give it a crisscross. That is something that I like to do when I'm playing with staples, is do a cross on it. I'm adding this yellow netting. This yellow netting is scrap, and I picked up the piece that I had cut circles with. I used that netting to create a shaker element on something. I don't know if it was a card or it was a layout, but it's been a hot minute since I've done it, and that piece of netting has just been sitting in my stash. So I cut off the part that I cut through, and I'm going to just use it and layer it up behind this photo. So I have a bunch of these little frames. These are old basic gray frames. They have appeared in at least 2 of my kits. I pulled them out of, I think I had them in my June or my May and July kits, and so they didn't get used up, and so I wanted to make sure that I did that. And so I use up those 3 pieces, and now I'm just layering up some other elements. The flag element up there, that banner border thing, is a Heidi swap element from one of her older collections. It has been hanging around in my box of counterfeit kits for a while, so I pulled it out. It went well enough with my personal kit based upon the inspiration kit this month, so I added it. It has little tiny arrows in white and navy and pink on them. You can't really see them on this layout too well. Alright, I am completely done with this layout. I created a ton of texture around my photos with film strips and yellow netting and layered frames. Added this cork tag on top. I am going to go back, and you'll see this in the close-up photos. I'm going to put some twine there, and I got my journaling. I've got my beautiful mixed media, as you know, and so I did it on this corner too, but all my layers covered it up. That's okay. That was more of a practice run anyway, and this looks absolutely amazing. Or at least I think it does. So I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe. Remember that there is not only a playlist below for this hop, but I also have a group of Instagram only ladies who like to play along, and I hope that you will check out their creations as well with this sketch. Thank you, Janet, for allowing us to use this sketch, and you guys have a great rest of your day and a good week. Bye.